Welcome to Nuke's Fitness Podcast. My name is Manouk Vink, and after having struggled with my body image and my fitness journey for more than 10 years, leading me to all sorts of extremes, I have now finally cracked the code on how you can achieve a fit and toned physique without extremes and restrictions. Now, being a certified nutritionist and personal trainer, I have made it my mission to help women achieve their body goals by feeling empowered through fitness instead of being afraid of foods and being controlled by the fitness industry. In this podcast, I will be sharing with you tried and true methods on how you can finally achieve your dream body and tell you the secrets most coaches won't. So if you are tired of working your ass off without getting results, or you feel like you're putting in all the work but not seeing change in the mirror, this podcast is for you. Thank you so much for listening and enjoy the show. I have decided to split up my Dream Body Challenge into a 4-week podcast series. So over the next 4 weeks, you will be able to listen to my Dream Body Challenge that I offer on my website as a podcast series. So stay tuned, as today you will be listening to one of the Dream Body challenges. Guys, welcome to day 4 of the Dream Body Challenge. These weeks always seem to fly by because I can't believe it's already Thursday and it's already day 4 of the challenge. We are over halfway and I am so excited to see how you guys are digesting this information, and I hope it's giving you a completely different perspective on fitness, nutrition, and transforming your body than you had before. And I am so excited that I get to be part of that. So I am even more excited to dive into today's topic because we've covered most of everything to do with training. Now we need to dive into nutrition, because we all know you can train all you want, but if you don't have your nutrition down, you're not going to see the results of all the work that you're putting in. And unfortunately, there's a lot of garbage out there when it comes to nutrition, and we're going to clear some of that up. So we're going to dive right into today's challenge. All right. So first of all, let's do a little bit of a recap from yesterday. So it was a lot of information to digest, and I highly recommend going over it again, sort of thinking about it. It's the best exercise to sort of think about okay, with the information that I got in yesterday's call and with what I know about me wanting to achieve my body goals, how would I set up my workout? And then sort of go through that process, like the priority, the motor units, and then the muscle size, and how much time you have and when you can allocate this time to your workouts. It's a great way to sort of dive into it and see how you would set it up. But I hope it was clear for you that, just because you're doing more doesn't mean it is more effective. And unfortunately, this is a very hard myth to bust because a lot of people still feel that way. And I mean, unless you've been on the other side of it and you felt like, hey, I'm doing so much and I'm not seeing the result, it's hard to believe that, doing less will get you better results. And especially because it's so ingrained in our brains that we need to be doing more. But I promise you, when you have the right techniques and you apply the things that I taught you in yesterday's challenge, then you will 100% get better results, because you'll be challenging your muscles in a completely different way than if you were to just work out for 2 hours in one go. I was gonna say, how am I gonna say this? In 2 hours in one go, and you don't have a clear structured program. It's just not gonna get you where you want to be. And if previous experiences haven't taught you that, then just try this out. Try a different system out and you'll see you'll get better results. So I really hope that shifted your perspective on training and how to be setting up your workouts, and it set off some light bulbs. So now we are going to be diving into nutrition, because this is always the big question mark. This is always, some people say it's even the hardest part of achieving your fitness goals. I mean, we all get so many different new diet trends, new advice. We are bombarded with advice every single day on social media. There's always something new coming up, whether it be Ozempic, whether it be the carnivore diet, whether it be veganism, whether it be you name it, there's always something new. And I'm just going to show you and get to the bottom of what you should be focusing on. Because, like I said, without the right nutrition, you can be training all you want, but you won't get the results that you desire. And an example of that would be if you look, I mean, don't take that as an example for yourself, but if you look at my bodybuilding picture and my training schedule, if I were training the same way I was during my bodybuilding phase and I didn't change my diet, or I was just eating like McDonald's every single day, then my body wouldn't look the way that it did on my competition without the diet. So, or without the nutrition. I don't like the word diet because that means like, yeah, it's restrictive and it shouldn't be restrictive. That was restrictive, but what we're going to be talking about is not restrictive. I'm going to be showing you what you need to be focusing on when it comes to diets and your nutrition. But before we do that, I want you to take a quick mental note, or actually in your action guide, write down which of the diets you've tried. We have so many diets. You've got intermittent fasting, we've got the no carb diet, you even have the small plate diet, which I used to follow. Well, I tried it when I was a teenager. I heard about the small plate diet, and then I was like, oh, and the small fork diet, which was also a diet. And I was like, oh, let me combine the two and then I'll get the best results ever. Totally ridiculous. And then we've got the keto diet. And then I've even had one of my clients come up to me and say, have you heard of the potato diet? One of my colleagues is doing it and is getting great results. Things like that really piss me off. But that's because we are so lost with understanding our nutrition that we think that one magical diet is going to get us the results that we want, like a potato diet. That must be the key, right? No, it's not. The reason these diets work, the reason the intermittent fasting, no carb, the keto, the small plate, the potato diet, all of these work is because you're eating less than that you are burning. So you will get the results from following that diet for a short amount of time. Because when you're intermittent fasting, you have a smaller window to eat in. So you probably will eat less. But if in that small window of time you still eat more, you will still gain weight. With the small plate diet, it's the same thing. You have a smaller plate. So you probably put less on your plate because it looks fuller quicker, so you probably put less on your plate. The no carb diet, you leave out an entire food group. The keto diet, it's kind of similar, where you're high fat, high protein, and in most cases, you will be eating less carbs, so you're leaving out an entire food group. Potato diet. This diet was probably designed in a way that you're eating less than that you are burning, and therefore you are losing weight. But is it giving you the results that you want? Probably not, because yes, for you to lose weight, you need to eat in a calorie deficit. But for you to tone your body and get a sculpted look, you need to make sure that your macros, so your proteins, your carbs, and your fats are in a good balance. So you could be doing the potato diet and you could lose weight, but you will be undernourished and you won't get the shape that you desire. Plus, on top of that, how long are you going to be able to eat potatoes for the rest of your life? I mean, if that's you, I don't know what to say. I don't know if that's like well done or wow or you must love potatoes. Right? But that's just how this works. And the thing is, diets are, yeah, I want you to, before we dive into that, I want you to think about actually these diets if you have done any of them. And I want you to think about if they worked for you, and if so, why? And how long did they work for you? And how long, if you're still on it and it's still working for you, then maybe you've cracked some kind of code. But if you're here, I'm guessing you still have questions. So I want you to think about why it was working for you, why it was not working for you, and I want you to journal out a little bit and think about what the reasons could be that it did work and why it didn't work. And then from there on, you can start figuring out what the problem is with these diets. And one of the biggest problems with these diets is that the diet industry is designed to keep you coming back. It is a $72 billion industry, which means that every diet is designed for you to basically fail eventually. Because if one of those diets was actually successful and got you where you wanted to be without feeling like you have to restrict yourself, without feeling like you can't stick to it anymore, without like, all of the other side effects or effects of it, then they wouldn't be making money off of you anymore. They wouldn't be profiting off of your insecurities anymore. So it has to be something that you can't stick to long term and that doesn't work long term. So think about that. Think about next time you want to try a diet. It is a $72 billion industry. They are designed for you to fail eventually, to give you some results so that you trust it, and then for you to fail. That's how it works. And we're going to change that because a diet does not need to be restrictive. You can eat all the foods that you love and still hit your goals. And it took me a very long time to figure that out because I used to be very fearful of food. I was terrified of eating anything that was outside of my diet in fear that it would ruin my progress. But that was because I didn't understand how nutrition worked. I didn't understand it. I just took whatever I saw for face value, to the point where there was a moment I was afraid of eating candy for some reason. There was a moment that I was afraid of eating more than one egg because I read an article that eating more than one egg would ruin your progress or make you fat. So I was terrified of that. There was a phase where I was eating almost only carrots just because I was so hungry and restricting myself so much that the only way that I could fill myself up without feeling guilty or ruining my progress was by eating carrots, to the point that I literally turned yellow. And the reason I did all of these extreme things was because I didn't understand how nutrition worked. And the moment I understood how nutrition worked, I was set free. I was no longer afraid of food because I was in full control of what I was putting in my body and what that would what that would mean, because I understood what it meant. That it was more about the calories and the macros than anything else, and you can still nourish your body and eat the foods that you love and hit your goals once you understand your goal and you understand how to eat for your specific goal. In fact, having restrictions might actually ruin your progress. So hear me out. When you restrict yourself from a certain food for very long, so for example, I'm going to use Jane again. Jane is craving a Twix or a Snickers bar. But she knows, she has told herself that she's not allowed to eat Snickers bars, but she's craving it so bad. So what she starts doing is she starts eating a lot of peanut butter. She starts eating yogurt. She starts eating an apple. She starts eating another protein shake, a chocolate protein shake, trying to kill that craving. But it doesn't kill that craving because she wants the Snickers bar. So in the Snickers bar is only 200 calories. In the meantime, she's eaten a tablespoon of peanut butter. That's already 200 calories. She's eaten a yogurt that is another 100 calories. She's eaten an extra apple that is another 100 calories. So in the meantime, instead of killing the craving, she's eaten 500 calories instead of just eating that 200 calorie bar and being done with it. And in the end, what a lot of the time happens, you crave it so bad that you end up eating the bar anyways. So restricting yourself is, we're like think of it like we're like children. If you're not allowed to do something, you want it that much more. And I know it's something with our psyche that works like that, but restrictions actually have a negative effect on your progress, because when you're not allowed to eat something, you want it so much more. On top of that, you're restricting yourself for so long that the moment you're allowed to have it, you might actually start binging on it or eat more of that. So a better way to do it is incorporate the foods that you love into your diet to get the results that you want. Another big problem with nutrition and the diet industry is that we have not learned that eating healthy and eating for fat loss are two separate things. You could be eating extremely healthy. So the example of the Snickers bar and the peanut butter and the apple and etc. In that scenario, Jane has eaten very healthy with the peanut butter and the yogurt and the apple, right? Very healthy, and whatever else she ate. Extremely healthy, but she's eaten way more calories than just eating that Snickers bar. So there's an importance to find the balance between the two, where you're eating healthy, but also enjoying life and having a balance where you can eat both and you're no longer putting one food in the bad box and one food in the good box. Because once we label foods as good or bad, that's when we start restricting ourselves and we start getting a negative relationship with food. So you could be eating extremely healthy and eating all these superfoods like nuts, hemp seeds, goji berries, chia seeds, avocado, and they're all extremely nutritious. Bananas, extremely nutritious, extremely healthy, right? But if you're eating all of that and you're not working on calories in, calories out, and your macros that you need to get in to get the shape that you want, then you won't hit the goals that you want. And this is something that people struggle to understand because they think eating healthy equals fat loss, eating healthy equals getting toned. No, there's a difference. You need to understand how nutrition works. So you should eat healthy 100%, but you need to understand how to build up your nutrition to get the results that you want. Which brings me to point B. A lot of us, a lot of my clients, almost all the people that I've worked with say that they eat a lot of protein, but their protein intake is too low. And when it comes to you achieving your fitness goals, you achieving a toned look, protein is key. And your health also. Protein is key. I don't care what you've been told, but protein is key. This is what happens to me all the time. I ask my clients, I ask my members to keep a food diary of everything that they've been eating, and they say, I eat a lot of protein. And then I look and then I'm like, where the hell is the protein? So we are going to be diving into that, and I'm going to be helping you with a little protein guide to achieve the results that you want, to get the shape that you desire. You need more protein in your diet, probably, unless you figure that one out. But already by increasing your protein intake, you will start seeing a difference in your physique. So I've provided for you inside the all access page, inside the email, a protein guide that will help you find protein sources that are protein rich with the amount of calories and with the amount of protein in there. So you can look at the cheat sheet and quickly think, okay, I should use some of that in my diet. And I want you to think about how many of these sources of protein do you eat right now? And how often do you eat one of these sources of protein a day? That will already give you a little bit of an overview of how much protein you are getting in. Because to get a toned physique, we have established you need to build muscle and you need to lose fat. Guess what protein does? Protein helps you build muscle, and when you have more muscle, you lose more fat. On top of that, it has a higher thermogenic effect, which means that when you're eating, your body needs to process foods, right? So your body burns calories, like a small amount of calories when it's eating, because you're chewing, you're digesting, so your body is working to digest that food. Protein is one of the harder foods for your body to break down. So your body needs to work harder to break protein down. So when you are eating protein, you are burning slightly more calories because your body needs to work harder. So that's an added benefit of eating protein, is that you burn slightly more calories. So think of it like this. Whereas if you ate 100 grams of carbs, your body can absorb very easily, very quickly. It doesn't need to be broken down. It is 100 calories of carbs. When you eat 100 calories of protein, don't take this as a fact. This is just a guideline. So I'm not saying that this goes for when you eat protein, it's always less calories than that you're eating. You always calculate it as you would on the label. But just to show you for reference, for example, if you eat 100 grams of 100 calories worth of chicken, for example, you might only be actually getting 80 calories in, because your body is burning 20 calories trying to process and digest the food. Again, when we calculate how many calories we're burning and how many calories we are tracking, you don't use this. This is just to give you an idea of what your body does when it's breaking down protein. And that is why protein is so extremely important when it comes to you achieving your goals. So I want you to reevaluate and look at how you're eating at the moment and be honest with yourself and see, am I getting those protein sources in? Am I getting the right amount of protein in? And to give you a little bit of a rule of thumb, you want about 1.6 or 2 times your body weight in kilograms in the grams of protein. So I don't know if I explained that correctly. If, for example, I weigh 70 kg, I want to times that by 2, and that is around the amount of protein I should be eating. Or you want to times it by 1.6. So I would say I need to eat about 130 and 140 grams of protein, right? If you work in pounds, it's times 1 almost, or times, what would you say, 0.6. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you you want to eat around, so if you're 140 pounds, you want to eat about 140 grams of protein. That is when you know you are getting enough protein in to get the results that you want. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a case study of one of my clients who was really struggling with nutrition. She was trying everything and not seeing the results that she wanted. And the scale would just not budge. Not that the scale is always a good measurement of your progress, but she really wanted the scale to come down. And when she was on holiday and after working with me, I showed her exactly how nutrition worked. And after doing that, she was on holiday. She ate pizza. She ate eggs and bacon. She ate, which is actually a very good breakfast. She ate cake. She ate everything that she loved and she enjoyed. But because she knew how to like work with nutrition, and because she understood nutrition, she actually lost weight on the holiday while eating all of that food. So that is how important understanding nutrition is. So the key thing that I want you to understand right now, diets most of the time do not work, and they are a $72 billion industry, which means they are going to keep you stuck. The best way to work is to understand your nutrition, and you can start by increasing your protein intake. And just because you're eating healthy does not mean that you are eating for fat loss. At the end of the day, you need to burn more calories than that you're getting in if you want to lose fat. But never go overboard with a calorie deficit, because then your body is going to go into stress and you are not going to get the results that you want either. Plus, you're going to slow down your metabolism, which takes time to build back up again. We dive into all of this inside the NUSA membership. I have a complete module on how you should be focusing on your nutrition on top of the coaching that I guide you with to adjust your nutrition depending on your specific goals. But start with already increasing your protein intake with the protein guide that I've provided inside this challenge. And I promise you, you will already start seeing change, because it is 100% possible to enjoy the foods that you love and hit your goals. 1000%. You do not need to be living on a diet of broccoli and chicken and rice to get the dream body that you desire. And if when you work with me, I'm actually releasing a recipe ebook, so I'm very excited for that in the next few days. When you work with me, I give you, because I'm such a massive sweet tooth, recipes that kill that sweet craving but still help you hit your goals, because I love baking. I love making sweet treats, and I've made more than 20 recipes of things that will kill your craving but still help you get the results that you want. So that just goes to show that it is 100% possible. And just to finish off today's coaching call and today's challenge, one of my other members, actually, she was, because some of us don't want to track, and it's not necessary if you start just understanding how nutrition works and get an idea of how it works. She was getting too stressed with the tracking. So what we decided to do, we took a smaller step. I told her to just increase her protein intake and make sure that she ate a source of protein with every single meal that she had. And just by doing that, she lost 2 kilos in 2 months. I think it was, 2 kilos in 2 months. Because only by adjusting her protein intake and not really focusing on anything else. So if there's anything that I would tell you right now, do that and you'll already start seeing the change. Anyways, superstars, I am so excited again that you joined me today for this challenge. And I'm so proud of you for showing up to these challenges. And we're going to discuss how you're going to be declaring your next steps, what you're going to do to maintain the results that you've gotten throughout this challenge or the habits that you've gotten throughout this challenge, and how you're actually going to up level your physique and transform your body and maintain those results long term. Because it's not always the hardest achieving the results, it's sometimes harder maintaining them. So, we are going to dive into today. And before we actually dive in, I always want to do a little recap. I want to congratulate you, first of all, of showing up every single time to these challenges and doing the activities and committing time to yourself, setting aside time for yourself to do this, because I know it's not always easy, especially 5 days in a row, showing up for yourself. I mean, that's a massive win. And I think we shouldn't forget to recognize moments like that, because we often put ourselves, like we discussed in day 2, we put ourselves last. And showing up for yourself and putting yourself first throughout this challenge should already be seen as such a massive change and a win. And don't lose that momentum. So thank you so much. Thank yourself. And I thank you for showing up for me and for you throughout these 5 days. I also want to do a little recap of what we've done so far. So far, we have defined your goal. We started with a visualization, and you got very clear on what the future version of yourself looks like really tapped into that energy and could see the vision that you have of yourself that you want to step into and that you will step into when you execute the right plan. We've then on day 2 decided to make a commitment. I made you guys make a commitment by scheduling in time for yourself that you will be hitting the gym throughout the week and throughout the weeks to come. And I hope that scheduling in time for yourself made a difference to how you approach your fitness goals and got it more seriously, because you have to make a meeting with yourself if you want to start transforming your body. Then on day 2 as well, we decoded the body. A completely new thing that I have added into this challenge is tapping into what is going on with your body and why your body might be holding on to fat, why your body might be swelling, why you might be bloating, and what could be the energetic root / emotional root cause of those issues, and how can we tackle those so that we can transform from the inside out. Then, of course, on day 3, we discussed how to set up your workout for success so that you can finally set up your workout to get the best results ever and that they are tailored to your specific goals. And then yesterday, we obviously also had to tackle nutrition, because you can be doing it all right, but if you're not tackling your nutrition, you're not going to get the results that you desire. Now, today, it is time to put it all together and to declare your next steps. How are you going to be moving forward after this challenge? How are you going to continue this momentum and keep transforming your body? And then after that, how are you going to maintain that body? That's what we're going to be discussing today. So I want you to grab your action guides again for today. And remember, if you hand them in before Monday, you will get a free one-on-one coaching call with me. So don't miss out on that opportunity. And now that you've got your action guides, I want to just clarify again. To get the results you want, we have to put all the puzzle pieces together. You've defined your goal. We've committed time to your workouts. We've also figured out how to decode the body. We figured out how to set up your workout to get the best result. And we've discussed the importance of nutrition and how you should be adjusting it to get the goal, to achieve the goals that you want. Now we have to bring it all together and make it personal to you. Now you need to start understanding all the puzzle pieces, because to achieve a sculpted body, you need to design a workout program for your specific goals. You need to adjust your nutrition for your specific goals. You need to listen to your body and decipher what your body is telling you depending on your specific situation, because We are not all going through the same thing. So just because plan A works for Jane doesn't mean plan A is going to work for you. And that is where we need to start really specifying and getting to the smaller details of what you need, what adjustments you need, how we're going to tackle your specific emotional and energetic blocks, and how we are going to adjust your workout program, your nutrition, your workout schedule, your commitment to your specific situation and to your specific energetic blueprint. And I know it can sound extremely overwhelming. It's a lot of information in these past few days. So I suggest if you can, try to listen over any of them that are unclear to you. But it doesn't need to be as overwhelming as you think. Once you start understanding and putting together all the puzzle pieces and it makes sense, you will never forget it. And it won't be overwhelming anymore. And you will always have full control over your body goals. To do that, though, and to get that stage, I will be here to guide you every step of the way. Because I want to ask you this. How long have you been searching for the best method to lose fat and tone up? How many times have you looked at like a miracle diet or a miracle supplement that's supposed to get you the body of your dreams? How long have you been controlled by these fitness and nutrition promises that never get fulfilled? How long have you been controlled by fitness and nutrition in general, where you feel like you can't be free because you can't eat everything because it will ruin your progress, or you won't ever have the body of your goals because you feel like you need to be someone who trains 5 times a week, multiple hours a week, a day to get the body that you want, because they're making you feel that way, because that is the narrative. Aren't you ready to get out of being so stuck? Aren't you ready to stop the yo-yoing and the fleeting results that you're getting, or not getting results at all? Aren't you ready to step out of that and finally get the results that you deserve for all the effort that you are putting in? Because I want to ask you, do you want to stay stuck in this fitness cycle, in this fitness diet industry where they keep you stuck, where they keep you deflated, where they keep you confused? Or are you ready to take back control and feel empowered through fitness and nutrition and understanding your body and listening to your body so that you can break out of that cycle, so that you can finally achieve the body goals that you've always wanted to achieve in an empowered way, without confusion and without struggle? If the answer is yes to all of this, that you're ready for all of this, then I have a better way for you. And we've already sort of scratched the surface of the better way throughout this challenge by understanding what I've coached you on inside this challenge, but then on a deeper level with NUSA Fitness Fundamentals, which is my mini course that literally takes you through everything that you need to know to transform your body, to adjust your nutrition depending on your lifestyle, depending on your goal, depending on what you enjoy eating and what you don't enjoy eating, and to adjust your training program depending on your goal, depending on your body, depending on any limitations you may have, like sore knees, you name it. It's all inside NUSA Fitness Fundamentals. And I am going to show you how you are going to get Fitness Fundamentals absolutely free inside this challenge. And that is by joining Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy. I'm sure you've heard me drop the name here and there inside the challenge. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know about my signature membership program, Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy. When you join Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy, you get NUSA Fitness Fundamentals absolutely free. It is inside the program. So not only will you get the coaching inside Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy, but you get the entire NUSA Fitness Fundamentals mini course showing you exactly how you should be adjusting your nutrition, how you should be adjusting your workout program, and how you should be focusing on your rest and recovery. You name it, it's inside NUSA. So the philosophy of NUSA is that we do not gatekeep. I do not gatekeep. I want you to have every single thing at your fingertips. That is my goal. I want you to not have to question things anymore because you know exactly what you need to do to achieve the results that you want. Unlike other fitness programs and unlike other maybe coaches, I want to teach you how to fish. I want you to be able to do it on your own so that you are free from the enslavement of the fitness industry. I truly believe that being inside NUSA for 1 month, probably already in these last 5 days, you have learned more in that 1 month than you would have learned working with a personal trainer one-on-one. Because the difference with NUSA and so Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy and any other workout program is that I do not want to keep you stuck. Like I said, you know the saying, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a wow, can I speak? Lifetime. I'm going to teach you how to fish because I cannot express to you how freeing it is to truly understand how training nutrition works, because that's when you know that you've been fucked with all the other programs, because it doesn't need to be as intense, as hard, as confusing as you think it can be. It doesn't need to be as extreme. It can be so simple, and once that clicks in your brain, it will be so much easier to follow. So NUSA is here to break you free and give you back control. So what is included in NUSA? Here is a little overview. So like I said, you get NUSA Fitness Fundamentals absolutely free. It's worth 397 euros, and you can get it for just 55 euros today when you join NUSA, Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy. What you get inside Nuke's Ultimate Shape Academy is absolutely amazing because you get weekly live coaching with me. You get a complete exercise index. So if you are ever wondering, how do I execute this exercise? It will be inside the exercise index where I have videos for you explaining how to execute the exercises that you want to do. I have recipes, you know, the recipes that I've been talking about and the recipe ebook that I've been working on. You will get the recipe ebook once it's done. It will be inside NUSA Fitness Fundamental, NUSA and NUSA Fitness Fundamentals. On top of that, you will also get inside NUSA. You will get the videos and explanation of so many more recipes than inside the recipe ebook, because I will be updating it monthly. And inside the weekly coaching, I will also be able to tap into your specific situation. Since we work with smaller groups, I can focus my attention on each of you individually. So I can intuitively coach you, tap into your energetics, and get information on how you should be training, how often you should be training, what exercises will be most effective for you. And we will be tackling your energetic blocks. So as we discussed in day 2, we will be decoding your specific situation. So why you would be holding on to fat in your arms. I will decode with you why you're holding on to fat in your arms and how we are going to reverse that and reprogram your system so that it will be easier for you to get rid of the fat on your arms. So we will be working on the internal as well as the external so that you can maintain the results. Like I said, it's so easy, like it's not so easy, but it's easier to achieve the transformation. I've done it. It's harder to maintain it. That is the harder part. And I want you to be able to maintain it, adjust your workout, adjust your nutrition when your goals change. And that is what you're going to be learning inside NUSA. And that is what I'm going to be coaching you inside NUSA. Like I said, you get NUSA Fitness Fundamentals, which is the entire mini course on how to achieve the results that you want. So what you need to do with your nutrition, what you need to do with your training, how you need to tackle limiting beliefs, what you need to be doing for recovery, what supplements you need to be taking. It's all in there. And then you also get 4 video guided workout programs specific to specific goals that you can access immediately to get you going right away. We have coaching on all the topics. So I will be coaching you on how to design your workout. I'm going to be coaching you on how to execute the exercise. I'm going to be coaching you on what you need to be doing when it comes to nutrition. And I will be tapping into you intuitively and energetically to see what your specific body needs so that you get that individual advice, what you need to be doing for your specific body. And of course, for my booty ladies, I love the glute gain. So I will be coaching you on how you should be training to get those glutes if that is what you want. And it is all inside NUSA. I really love a collaborative approach with my members because I truly care about you and I want you to transform and I want you to achieve the results that you want. So if there is ever anything missing or you are stuck on something inside the membership, I am here to guide you. I am here to answer your questions. I am here to add whatever you feel like you're missing into the membership, and all of that for just 55 euros a month. You get all of that. Plus, I almost forgot, we have an amazing supportive community. It is so wonderful to see my girls inside the membership empowering each other, getting each other excited, and watching their breakthroughs and like their minds being blown by how simple it can be to achieve the results that you want when you understand how to execute everything that I coach you on and what principles you need to focus on. And I literally have a new member in there that told me in this week's actually coaching call, she's like, wow, Manouk, this is so different to any other program that I've ever had. And I'm so happy that I joined because now it all is starting to make sense. And I mean, you can take my word for it. And obviously, I'm going to hype up my own program because I think it's amazing and I've never seen anything like it. But let one of my members speak for me. Oh, 1 second.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to jump on here to explain my journey with Manouk's NUSA program. So before joining, I used to be at the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I wasn't really sure what to eat. I didn't know enough about the proteins. I thought I was choosing healthy options because they sound healthy, but I wasn't really seeing results. I was just kind of losing weight, wasn't kind of getting that sculpted look that I was after. And I joined the NUSA, and since then, honestly, it was crazy. Within a couple of weeks, I could see a big, big difference. So I went from doing like an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym to 30 to 45 minutes in the gym. Focused training, consistent training with doing the same routines, really focusing on the nutrition. So now I know what I need to put in my body to fuel it to get the results I want. Manouk is also always so supportive and on stand if you've got any questions at all. We have weekly calls that are typically an hour. However, she doesn't have a timer, so if it needs to run over, it will run over. So yeah, all in all, I'm so happy with the progress. I can't wait for the summer because I'm going to be summer body ready. And I just want to say thank you so much to Manouk for sharing all of your knowledge and yeah, just changing my life. Mwah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Rosie, she's so awesome. And it was wild by just following the principles that I coached her on and what she found inside NUSA. She already made such a massive transformation in just 2 weeks. I mean, that's wild. She slimmed down her waistline and she already started seeing more definition in her glutes and her body. And now it's even more amazing. Here are some of my other amazing members and clients that have worked with me that have been inside NUSA. And these are sometimes even bigger wins for me when you're struggling to lose weight and you're stuck in an eating disorder where you are struggling to find a good relationship with nutrition. And because of that, you are not comfortable in your own skin and you can't achieve the results that you want. This was Julia, and we dove into what was going on with her energetically and what we needed to adjust and her limiting beliefs to be able to stop the binge eating and to get her to a normal way of eating and living her life. And within a month of following the meal plan, she stopped binge eating. And within 3 months, her hormones were back balanced, which is so important. And her body composition changed as a result. Because, like I said, when you start listening to your body and you start loving it and you start appreciating it, everything else starts falling into place. It will be so grateful that you've listened. Here are some of my other amazing women inside the program that started to see change while joining the membership, started to see that it was so much easier to stick to, and seeing change so much quicker, even though it was easier to stick to. So, I mean, that just speaks for itself. And one of my amazing ladies, Abby, she struggled so much. She really reminded me of myself when I first started out in the fitness industry, feeling like she needed to do more, working out 2 hours in the gym every day, forcing herself to push herself through workouts, even when it didn't feel good for her body, and being so influenced by everything online that she didn't know what to do anymore. And now, because she started understanding how training and nutrition works and what she needed to implement to achieve the results that she wanted, she healed her relationship with training and nutrition, and she started getting better results in the gym as a result of that. And then, of course, Niti, who, I mean, she has transformed so much through working with me by her confidence, by her understanding of training and nutrition, by her transformation. It's absolutely amazing. So, my question to you is, are you ready to feel empowered and in control of your physique? Are you ready to stop the confusion and finally feel like you are no longer enslaved by the fitness industry and you are no longer confused with all the information that you're getting, and you can weed out the bullshit from the reality of what you need to do for your body? Are you ready to start tapping into what your body needs to achieve the results that you want, without having to go to extremes or restrict your diet, without feeling fearful of food and scared to skip a workout, or without having to do these crazy, ridiculous workouts that aren't even fun and that just hurt your body? Are you ready to enjoy the process and start seeing transformation in an easier way by feeling stronger, more confident, and sexier in your own skin? Then I have two options for you. You can start with Fitness Fundamentals mini course for $397, or you can start your body transformation by getting it for free when you join NUSA with the extra benefits for just 55 euros today. And that means that you get NUSA Fitness Fundamentals, so everything that you need to know from A to Z, with the exercise index, with the recipes, with the weekly coaching, with me intuitively tapping in and finding your energetic blocks and getting a read on what your body needs so that you can start transforming your body today. And of course, the awesome community. So here's the good news. You can start today if you want. NUSA is open all year round, and I do a challenge to get you guys excited and pumped. And I want you to transform your body, to take control of your body transformation for 2025. Let's stop moving up the start date. Take action today and see the amazing benefits it will have when you feel good in your own body, when you listen to your own body, when you feel like you're rocking that bikini body on the beach this summer. You'll feel so good about it because you also know that those results are within your grasp and you won't be able to lose them because you understand how it all works. And that is what is truly empowering. So I will be sending out an email later today after I upload this replay with the link to NUSA. And if you're watching it on the All Access page, below the video, there is a link to join NUSA today. So don't hesitate. Start transforming your body with me today if you are ready to take action. If you're ready to take action, then this is the program for you. this is the program for you. I am not the program that is going to just give you a workout program and a diet and send you on your way. You are going to have to start understanding how your body works, and you're going to have to start implementing the things that I coach you on. Then you will see the results. So if you're not ready to do that, then this might not be it for you. But if you are, then NUSA is the program for you. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for showing up for 5 days in a row for the Dream Body Challenge. And I hope to see you inside NUSA so that we can start transforming your body in 2025 to finally get you your body goals, to finally achieve the goals that you've always set out to achieve. I'm so proud of you, and I am so excited that you are here, and thank you for being part of this journey with me. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast and you feel like you got a lot of value out of it, it would mean the world to me if you would rate and review the podcast and share it with someone who you feel like would get a lot of value out of it. In the meantime, come hang out with me on my Instagram at @ManoukVink, or join my free challenge, which will be linked in the show notes. It's academy.nukesfitness.com/join-challenge. If you can't remember that name, check the links in the show notes, and I hope to see you there.